What up, you guys? Episode 13 is live now. We got into a lot this week. We talked about color bubbles. We talked about the Super Checks tournament last week. We had Arda Ocal come in from ESPN to be the main host. We talked about a weird, strange obsession that we have with finding pro stock equipment on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, color bubbles are live now on the shop. We only have a few of these left. They are going quick. ColorBubblesOfficial.com.
Go check out the Arda episode, and the Skate Skins Customizer is live. Hockey season's right around the corner. Make sure you guys go get your skate skins at skateskins.com. And episode 13 is live. Let's go.
Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of the DISHIN podcast. If you guys watched our last episode, we had another guest on. We had Arda Ocal on while he was in town for the bubble hockey tournament. Super fun episode, man.
Really fun. Yeah. Shout out to Arda, man. He came all the way out from Connecticut. And really good dude. Got to hang with us for the entire weekend. So, yeah, he's an awesome guy. And loved hanging out with him. We gave him the whole tour of the DISHIN shop. And so there's a lot of stuff we can get into with him out here for the bubble hockey tournament. But, yeah, Arda's a great dude.
Yeah, man. Super fun. We're hoping to have more guests on. We say it often, but we also try and be real selective with guests, too. I think Arda was a really good follow-up to Pavel Barber to that episode. I thought it was a long time coming with Arda. You've known him for quite some time. He's done a lot of different stuff within the brand between the DISHIN brand and the Skate Skins brand, so it was cool to have him on.
Yeah, I think soon enough we can dive into our, resources a little bit, our connections with who we want to have on. I think we're just kind of picking and choosing, kind of getting our feet off the ground a little bit. Me and you getting some good episodes in on our own, and soon enough we'll have some big guests on to come too. Yeah,
and speaking of guests too, we have a third mic on. We got Derek on the mics now.
Howdy.
Behind the camera. I feel like for those that watch the episodes, you guys probably hear us say, "Yo, Derek, what's this?" Derek will chime in every now and then. He's been on camera a few times, but yeah, he's behind the camera. We don't have a camera on him today, but we'll probably have one on him at some point. So yeah, welcome, Derek.
Thank you, boys, for having me. I've been here the whole time, but just in spirit.
But yeah, so getting right into it. Color Bubbles launch day. Let's go, man.
Let's go, man. It's been a long time coming with this brand. We've been working on this for like over a year. We finally launched it July 22nd, so we're about a week into it right now. These are almost gone. I think we have only 5 left, which is crazy. Yeah, it's nuts that these went really fast. We already have another order for more on the way. I think the people that ordered them last week are just starting to get them. So there's a lot of people that are tossing up, different photos and content, sending us feedback and everything. So we really appreciate that. But yeah, colored bubbles. This is the chrome version. They're almost gone. So if you wanted to grab one, it is almost too late.
Yeah, it is. And it's funny because they've been in high demand. I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the initial feedback. I feel like a lot of people in the comments on like the original video that kind of went nuclear on the podcast, like a lot of people from the comment section went and actually bought them. And I felt like people's reactions to these were a lot better than what the comments showed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think people are just really interested to see like what it looks like, how it compares to a regular bubble, what's the visibility like. Does it look as glossy and does it shine as much as maybe it shows in like the content we produce? And I think all those are true. I think the stealth version is also like a low-key, like a hidden gem that not a lot of people, may not know about until you actually see it in person or maybe try it out. So we have a few of those left. I think those are going to be more popular as they come around. But yeah, you said something that kind of made me chuckle a little bit is we've been doing this almost 10 years now, which is crazy to think about. There's stuff that we've designed, that we've put out, that we've sold, that we never even got our hands on.
Yeah.
So for us, like, I think for us, maybe one thing we try to do is like always put something aside from what we drop, whether it's we release a beer or whether we do a New Era hat or we release a product like this that's color bubbles, because a lot of times, like, I have friends that have like one of everything that we've ever dropped, which is pretty cool. Like Tyler's a great example of that. It's like he has almost one piece of everything we've ever made and has in his closet. So for me, that's really cool because a lot of times I don't even have that stuff for it. So for him to have all that entire collection, for me be able to see it is pretty cool. But that's one thing I'm trying to do more of, is just keep one of everything that we ever do.
Yeah, I feel like we have to too. And like even with the Chicago stuff, like we still have a few like lingering shirts and a couple hats laying around the shop, and we tend to give those out to people like Arda. Like Arda was someone we gifted. Derek and I actually went out to Cleveland last weekend for the card show, which we'll get into a little later. But we handed some of the merch off. But it's honestly kind of hard sometimes to get to just like, you know, watch that stuff go when we don't get our hands on it. Like I know for me, like again, like my buddy just kind of saying like, yo, where's your colored bubble? I'm like, that, like I wish I could have one on, but right now we're not really in a spot. Like these people want these things, and it's hard to just like take one for myself when there's, you know, a million people out there that kind of want these things. And I thought the feedback, dude, was incredible. And seeing the amount of people on the site on drop day was pretty sick too. Like we didn't run a single ad for that. Like everything was like organic traffic from the Colored Bubbles Instagram. And I think maybe a little bit from DISHIN, but mainly from the Colored Bubbles Instagram, which I thought was super interesting.
Almost 1,300 followers on there already. We've only launched it for about a month. So, yeah, it's been huge. Huge. I think we only have 3 posts on there, too. So, all organic traffic, only a couple of posts from the DISHIN page, which has been great. And a lot of people have had some great questions already so far as, you know, are they allowed to be used in games? Are we going to have different chrome colors available? Are we going to have, you know, youth or junior sizes available? Those are all questions that we're feeding through right now and you know, kind of, you know, brainstorming, coming up with different answers for. We definitely want to have more colors. We definitely want to have different sizes. We're working on the certifications. So keep sending us your questions. Keep DMing to us. We'll answer all of them the best that we can. And that'll be a fun brand for everybody to latch onto and see where it goes.
Yeah, maybe over the next couple of weeks too on the podcast, maybe we could run through some questions and just kind of answer them. Maybe we can make a clip or 2 out of them and maybe post them on the Color Bubbles page or podcast page, something like that. But speaking of the Color Bubbles launch too, the difference I think between the Skate Skins brand launching and the Color Bubbles brand launching, I wanted to ask you like what your thoughts were on this. Maybe because I feel like more people latched on quicker onto Colored Bubbles than they did Skate Skins, but I feel like we also launched Skate Skins during the pandemic, so I think that might kind of factor into a little bit. So I wanted to ask you, like, what were the differences between dropping skate or releasing Skate Skins compared to bringing Colored Bubbles to market?
That's a great question. I think that the bubble product was more so something that we saw in other sports. We see it in the NFL with like these custom chrome visors. So it's something that like I think people were already accustomed to seeing in other sports, and integrating into hockey was almost like a smoother transition, whereas the Skate Skins product was like, whoa, you're making a product that somebody's never seen before, something that's like an accessory that adheres to your skate. Like, how does it work? How does it fit? How does it feel? Does it add weight? Like all these different questions that people are wondering. So yeah, I think I would go the other way on that too. I would say that like I think the Skate Skins jump off the bat was just insane. Like we did that team pair for Team Latvia and the IHF. We had the Coyotes reach out to us right away. We had the NHL involvement right away too. So I think Skate Skins and Color Bubbles, there's a lot of similarities between launch day of like people are really interested in seeing like, you know, they just want to get their hands on them, kind of feel it. And I think for us, it kind of like plays into our brand nicely too, where people are able to, you know, peel back a layer a little bit and like see what we do a little bit more. And like ultimately like this movement that we're inspiring in hockey, you know, that embodies around creative expression and all this. It's like really cool to see because we have the main DISHIN brand and then we have like these other branches that come up part of it that are, you know, like pushing hockey forward in that same direction. So I think it's cool. There's a lot of similarities between the two. Definitely, you know, I think that the same type of fan base and followers that are interested in both. But yeah, good point you made.
Yeah, and it's been cool just to see, honestly, like the Skate Skins brand go in the direction that it did, and now Colored Bubbles is kind of following in those footsteps too, and just kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit in hockey. But to kind of switch gears a little bit, so, and this is something Derek can touch on too. Derek and I think I told you, I picked up a new hobby this past weekend. I'm now into hockey card collecting.
Buddy is hooked.
Yeah, it's bad. To get into it, Derek and I went to Cleveland this past weekend to the National Sports Card Trading Convention. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they call it the National. Basically, like they've got all the sports memorabilia. They've got a lot of sports cards from NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL. They got Yu-Gi-Oh. They got Pokemon. Like all this crazy shit.
Oh, that's I didn't even think it was like other Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It was massive. Like imagine like the Buffalo Convention Center on steroids times like 10. That's what this place was. It was insane, and it was crazy to see the amount of money just getting thrown around this place. And Derek, I know you can kind of touch on it a little bit too. Like
Nick saw his boy Gary V.
Yep.
Michael
Rubin was there. I mean, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Saw some pretty wild collectibles. It was a different experience. I've never been, privy to the world of card trading shows, and there's some crazy money out there.
There is. And Matt, you get a kick out of this. And I showed you the picture, but we'll say it on the podcast too. There was a pair of Michael Jordan's game-worn Jordan 1 sneaker from his rookie year.
85s.
85s is signed, and they were going for almost $500,000.
Wow.
Like, that is insane. And they were just sitting in like this little like white box. Like that, I don't know. Will the Jordan skates be in a light box someday like that? I don't know. Aside from like the sports card stuff, like what is there anything in hockey that we're gonna be able to see? Obviously, like we see jerseys. Derek saw a Gordie Howe jersey that was game worn there. But like, do you feel like at some, and I mean this is something I kind of believe in. Do you feel like at some point we'll see a skate skin at one of these shows someday, or maybe like a Jordan skate in there, and like, what do you think the price of that's going to be?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a hard question, I feel like.
I don't think we're far away from seeing a skate skin in like the Hockey Hall of Fame. Honestly, like I think if there's some sort of like crazy historic moment that happens where somebody's wearing a skate skin, just adhere to the boot, and they have like those skates in a box in the Hall of Fame, I think that's not too far off from happening. But yeah, as far as like a collectible, I'm trying to think, because that's like a whole nother level of like what the value of that product is itself,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. Yeah, the Jordan skates would be sick. Maybe if we like make a pair of skates on our own, maybe like the first pair of skates we ever make, like those Jordan like the ones that Jordan wore during '85. So
yeah, those shoes were huge, by the way.
Were they?
Those were massive. I was like, holy shit. Derek I think you saw a pair of off-whites.
Yeah, I saw pretty much same pair of Jordan, original Jordans, but the off-white versions. Definitely size of Jordan's actual foot, and they were $40K signed.
Wow.
So yeah, pretty sweet.
Damn. Well, where's next year? I want to go next year.
It's in Chicago.
Oh, perfect.
Dude, I'm about to book my flight for it.
But there is apparently
today.
one in Toronto in November that is like 90% like hockey.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
This was like, I'd say probably 20% hockey, maybe.
Speaking of hockey, let me just say, I will become a rich man if Ovechkin breaks his goal record. Just saying, because I did invest in a card, which I don't have on me. It's at home, but I'll bring it in. Maybe we could use that for a show and tell in a couple weeks.
I think he'll play till he's like 55. I think he'll be like Yager if he'll just like, keep chipping away till he gets that record, and then Matthews will break it eventually.
But the whole reason why I brought the card show up was one, just because I wanted to talk a little bit about it, and that's a hobby I feel like I would like to move a little bit more into, but I feel like you and I have a really weird obsession with pro stock hockey equipment and collecting it, and you are like a guru at finding just pro stock hockey stuff not just pro stock hockey stuff online, but deals and now negotiating. And I wanted to talk about that because I feel like, and Derek's brought this up a few times. He's like, "Oh, Matt just got 2 new game worn jerseys in the shop. Or there's a new pair of pants here. There's a new pair of gloves here." Like, well,
yeah, I have just somehow tripped and fell into like collecting all these different things. I don't even know how or why, but yeah, I mean, like I can wheel and deal on Facebook Marketplace, bro. I can go on there and like find some shit on there that I think is cool and like just, I don't know, work somebody down. People see the value in it. Like this guy, for example, I found a pair of Oilers pro stock pants on there. They're probably from this year, size medium, perfect. Sent them to you. You're like, dude, I'll buy those right now. And then you went to the dude's house, picked them up. You get talking to the guy. You kind of just like hear his story on where he got them from, how he got them, and he's like, yeah, I just got them for free. I got a buddy, this and that got them, and not stolen, but
no.
Yeah.
but we won't say the price on here, but I will say the price that he gave you and then the money I gave him was significantly lower than what they're selling these pants for in the Edmonton store. Mm-hmm. Just to get just for context, I think they were going for like $350 Canadian in the store. I got them for much cheaper than that. I won't tell you the price, but it's fun to just like buy that stuff and have it, even if you don't wear it. I mean, I feel like there's so many things we have in the shop here too.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, I think the coolest part of the shop for me is it's kind of like a little gallery. It's kind of like a place where we can like just put collectibles and like different cool pieces on display. We like a few pair of Nike skates, different jerseys we've had over the years, different sticks that we've collected. Derek, you brought something in recently, didn't you? Didn't you bring in something here recently? Like Jared brought us that little Uzi Vert jersey.
I
Just
mean,
got a
I
bunch
have
of like random stuff.
my grandfather's like drawings for his like skating drills, basically from like the early 70s, I'd say. But
yeah. It's just a cool place to like keep everything on display that we kind of collect over the years, and whether we get it as a gift or we ever go out on Facebook and find them, it's just kind of a cool place to display it all.
What's your favorite purchase so far, pro stock hockey wise, that you've gotten? We'll
Um,
say this year. No, we'll say just ever, I guess.
I met up with this kid in Amherst like 3 months ago, and just picked up like a bunch of Junior Saber stuff, like a whole kit.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's why we pick up a lot of this stuff too, is just because like we'll use them for shoots, or we'll use them for different little content pieces, whether they're Easter eggs that we use in a podcast or anything like this. I think they're always great to just like have on display. And when we have people come to the shop, from out of town that want to just like come check out the shop and kind of like what we do and what we have on display, those are cool little storytelling pieces that we can show people and say, hey, this is where we got this and whatever. So yeah, hard to say a favorite, but yeah, we have a few here.
Yeah, I'd say right now my favorite is probably those Oilers pants. Those are so sick.
Yeah.
I've been looking for a pair of those just CCM pro stock pants in general for a while, brand new. So I'm excited for those. And I'm excited to wear them.
Yeah, let's go. Gotta rock them.
Yeah. But speaking of equipment, we've had these in the shop for a while. Roller hockey gloves, if you want to introduce these a little bit.
Yeah, these are from Alkali.
You want me to throw them on?
Yeah, these are roller hockey gloves. They sent us a couple pairs of these that we got to try out and roller still. But yeah, shout out to Alkali for sending these over to us. I really appreciate it. These are some cool roller gloves. They have like the perforated holes in them. They're super light, and they are they're nice. They're unique. They're pretty cool. It's cool. Roller hockey's like a great place to like experiment with different equipment and kind of like try out new things, and some of them convert into ice. So I think it's cool to see like how the product starts and where it develops.
Yeah, wow, these are really light.
Mm-hmm. The insides are cool too, like a nice lime green.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, super fire. But I think they sent us like 2 pairs of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have to try them out, but. Yeah, these are sick. Thanks for sending these over. These are super dope, super light. I'm excited to because you know this. I was complaining about how hot it was at the roller rink the past couple times we've played, and these seem very light. They seem like they're got nice airflow coming in here too with the holes and things like that. So
I saw a kid wearing those in a couple of the games ago.
Were they the white ones?
They're the same ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, same exact ones. Yep.
Yeah, these are sick. I don't excuse my ignorance here, but I don't know how long this has been around. I feel like I've seen this brand before, though. I feel like I've seen them around quite a bit, more so in the roller hockey community, not so much ice. But
yeah,
super sick pair of gloves there.
So thanks again for sending this over.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
we'll have to rock those. Maybe shoot some content in them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what else we got here?
One thing I want to say, Nike did a custom compression boot with Hyper Ice that was sick. I don't know if you saw those, but they released it a couple days ago. They have 2 different colorways. They did a black and a white, and they also did a black and like an orange that was sick. So it's a compression boot. So you've seen Hyper Ice where they do like the therapeutic guns and everything. They also do like the leg sleeves and whatnot. They made an actual boot where you slip your foot into it, and it's like a compression shoe. I was showing Eric the other day, and he was like asking if you can hoop in them, which I don't know if you can. We'll have to ask our boy Alex Clark, who works for Hyper Ice, that we've met at the Fats show a couple times. But yeah, Nike and Hyper Ice, really dope product. That's a really cool like shape of the boot, how it looks, how it forms, how it fits, and everything looks sick. Definitely going to use that as some inspo like when we make our actual skate itself, because I'll have to show you a picture of it. It's really
I
fun.
want to see that.
Yeah, it's dope.
Curious to see what that looks like. But yeah, I mean that's kind of all I had for today. Not too much on the sticks here, but actually no, I do have something I want to talk about.
Beer.
Oh yes,
beer.
Actually, yeah, dude, yeah. Oh my God,
Beer.
yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Derek. Yeah. So, what do we have here?
We released 2 beers with Smoldered Society. East Coast Sauce, West Coast Smash, both IPAs. Really dope collaboration. We did this for the Bubble Hockey event in partnership with Smoldered Society. So, yeah, we had the 4 packs available on site at the bubble hockey tournament. So if you came by and scooped a pack of those, thank you very much. We have a few cases available left in the shop if you want to come by and cop some. But yeah, again, thank you. Shout out to Smolder Society. They were a treat to work with throughout this entire bubble hockey tournament, along with Super Chucks too. And I think my favorite part of this entire collaboration was the artwork. Pete and Cameron, they absolutely crushed the design on this from start to finish. The colors are so vibrant. I think they fit our brand extremely well. We even threw the eyes on there too. So yeah, again, thank you to Smolder Society. They went above and beyond for us to do some stuff with like testing the beer and ultimately how it came together. So quick, by the way, and we did this in less than 2 weeks. So
they were nice enough too to let us in when they did all the canning for it too, which was pretty cool. I've seen the process before a little bit, but not to the extent that they showed us. So thank you guys for having us in, and they even had Arda in for that. Actually, I think when we picked Arda up from the airport when he first got into town, that's like one of the first things we did was go to the canning. So that was super fun. Derek, I know you have quite a lot of experience just seeing this process and what it goes through, and it's cool stuff, man. It's interesting.
It's been a really cool experience to, be able to collaborate with Smoldered. I've been working with Cam for a little while doing media stuff around beer, and just been kind of in his ear about a beer, and it eventually came to life. And also we have, if you're not wanting to cop the beer, we also have shirts of both of the labels available. Those will be available on the site as well.
Yep, and we're gonna be shooting some content this week or next week, maybe with the beer on ice, and we'll have the shirts available pretty soon. And I've had a few people text me about those already, so those will be available very soon.
Yes, and we're excited about that. I feel like we've gotten a lot of questions about that too. People from out of town too. So hopefully we'll have some answers too on the folks from out of town who want to purchase the alcohol, on how they can get that, and we're excited for it. So yeah, I think we just had a call about that, so we'll be getting that squared away. It'll definitely be available during hockey season. I know that, which we're excited for. So speaking of hockey season, the Skate Skins Customizer is now live, so you don't have to wait a couple days for a design to come through. You can go and design your own skate skin for your team, for yourself. So be sure to head to skateskins.com, go check that out, customize your skate skins, and get yourself ready for hockey season.
Fire. Yeah. One more look at the color bubble. I'll throw it on. We got the art episode going to be out soon too, right?
Yeah.
Probably be out by the time that we...
Yeah, one more look at the color bubble here.
One more look. We got like 5 left, so if you're going to cop one, go get it right now.
They will be restocked. If you didn't hear Matt, he just said that there's only about 5 left, but we are going to do a restock, and youth size are coming soon.
Yeah, we are going to be doing a restock, and as soon as they're back in stock, we'll let you guys know. But yeah, we do have a few available right now. We have the tints also available. We got the stealth version also, which is a personal favorite of mine, and again, reminder, the Arda episode is live. That is our second guest on the podcast in person, so we're super stoked about that. Derek, I think you had something. Did you have something? I thought you were about to say something. No? But thank you, Derek.
Yeah. Yeah, I think moving forward, we'll have Derek on camera more here and work him in. And
we'll have a BTS cam.
Yeah, we'll have a BTS cam. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I had.
Let's go.
Fire.
What episode was this? 12?
13?
I think it's 12.
I think
13.
13 already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think 12 was
spooky.
Was Arda.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But, DISHIN Podcast. Thanks for watching.